The art of overcoming failure. Have you ever encountered a situation when a door slammed in your face and later you found out it was the best thing that could have happened to you? Today we're going to talk about the art of overcoming rejection. Imagine that you're in a world where every no doesn't push you down, but pushes you forward. Denial, a word that often brings pain, could be your stepping stone to greatness. So you feel unappreciated, ignored, or unclaimed. It's time to make a change. In this video, we're going to share 13 powerful lessons that will teach you how to harness the power of rejection. First things first, ignore them too. When life presents indifference to you, don't back down, rise up, higher. Ignoring those who ignore you. It's not pettiness, it's a powerful statement about your self-esteem. Picture this, someone decides you're not worth their time. Sometimes it hurts when someone ignores us, but instead of wallowing in that pain, use it as a catalyst for growth. Focus on your life, your goals, your happiness. Immerse yourself in activities that enrich you, whether it's reading, playing a sport, learning a new skill, or simply enjoying the company of those who really appreciate you. This isn't about getting back at someone. It's about getting your energy back and investing it where it matters. You're building a fortress of self-esteem and fending off their indifference. You not only survive their rejection, but you grow in spite of it. This approach not only demonstrates emotional maturity, but also it shows your inner strength. Remember, just because someone doesn't understand your value, it doesn't mean that you are less valuable. Stay true to yourself and make sure that your actions speak louder than their silence. Number 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection can burn you and cause you to react emotionally. When someone rejects you, you're tempted to let disappointment and sadness to take over. Stoicism is a philosophy that's as relevant today as it was in ancient Greek times, and it offers a different way forward. It's not about suppressing our emotions. It's about not letting them get the best of us. If you're being ignored, instead of getting upset or making excuses, take a step back, ask yourself, why does this bother me? Often the thing that hurts the most, it's often not the rejection itself that hurts the most, insecurity. Think about the fact that you're being ignored. Take a deep breath. Why this moment not define you? Why is this just a moment? Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions and reactions, not on the actions of others. So be polite and kind. This approach is not to be passive, but to become the master of your emotions. It's recognizing that your value is not tied to the approval of others. Your strength is not how you're judged, but how you react, but how you respond. It's a game changer of the game. Adopting this way of thinking is not easy, but it's transformative. If you can learn to stay calm in the face of rejection, not only will you be able to handle difficult situations, but you'll grow. You'll learn that your inner calm is not dependent on external judgment. This is the path to the self-confidence and the ability to evaluate yourself. As you continue on this path, you demonstrate real strength and resilience, and that's what makes you incredibly attractive. People are attracted to confident people who don't fall apart at the first sign of indifference. By staying, you're not just coping, you're evolving. You evolve. You become a person who can stand up to rejection and use it as a stepping stone for personal growth. Third, get the other person out of your head. Mastering the art of distancing oneself in the face of rejection is a powerful weapon. It's not about forgetting about the rejection or pretending that you weren't hurt. It's about turning this experience into something transformative. It's about first recognizing the rejection, feel its impact, but don't let it take root in your thinking. Like an experienced sailor on a rough sea, use the waves to move forward, not to capsize the boat. See rejection not as an obstacle, but as a signpost to new paths and opportunities. Engage in activities that enriches your spirit and broadens horizons. Each new experience opens up a part of you and makes you more resilient and adaptable. Expand your circle of positivity. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. This interaction creates an atmosphere that fosters mutual growth. Fourth, show your worth. Rejection hurts your feelings, but it also tests your resilience. Instead of shrinking under the weight of it, see it as a chance to show your resilience. Instead of wallowing in a storm of self-pity and resentment, channel that energy into something in a constructive direction. Your value is not diminished by other people's neglect. This is your chance to shine brightly even in the shadow of rejection. Remember the old adage, when one door closes, another opens. That's not just a bunch of empty words, it's a plan of action. Rejection is not a reflection of your value. It's a redirection where you're needed more. If you were overlooked in the selection process, it's possible the universe is pushing you towards something that's better suited to your talents and passions. Use this as a catalyst to reevaluate and refocus. What are your core strengths? It's about creating your own story of success, where every failed step is one more step forward. It's not about covering up disappointment with a smile. It's about embracing the full range of emotions and then moving forward. Number 5, break contact. Silence is not just the absence of sound. It's a powerful tool in your emotional arsenal, especially when it comes to rejection. Imagine you're being ignored or rejected. Your instincts may be calling out the need to bridge the gap and to connect. But this is where you change the script. Embrace the silence. Instead of playing games, take back the power. When you choose not to respond, or flood them with messages or calls, you take a step back. This pause is not only for their benefit, but also for yours. You need to remember and focus on the fact that your value is not tied to someone else's approval. Let's dig a little deeper. This silence is not passive, but active and strategic. You're not just waiting, you're reflecting and developing. It's a time to focus on your goals, your passions, and life. Think of it as a reset button that gives you clarity and strength. A period of no contact is not cold and cruel, but boundaries set for your peace of mind. He's saying, I have too much respect to chase and beg. This way of thinking is not only stoic, it's also empowering. It speaks to your self-esteem and self-confidence. Ultimately, think about the quiet message you're sending. In a world where instant answers are expected, your silence can be intriguing, even attractive. It shows that you have a life full of interests and priorities. It's not about making them back. It's about showing that you are steadfast, focused, and not succumb to external validation. This approach doesn't guarantee a change in their behavior, but it does ensure a change in yours, making you stronger, more focused, and ready to face whatever comes next. 6th, prove them wrong. The art of using rejection isn't just about proving others wrong. It's about proving to yourself what you're really capable of. It's about turning no into your fuel for growth. Let's say someone doubts about your ability in a certain skill or a task. Here's your chance to hone that skill, not for their approval, but to surpass your own limitations. Dig deep into your training, practice tirelessly, and exhibit a level of skill that even you didn't know you had. You don't have to announce your plans or your progress. Let your results speak for themselves. And when you change, the world's narrative about you changes too. Your journey of self-improvement will not only surprise others, but also redefine your understanding of your capabilities. It's not just about proving them wrong. It's about redefining what it means to be right for you. And along the way, the greatest victory is realizing that the only approval that really matters is the one that you give yourself. 7th, go out and have fun. The essence of life is revealed most clearly when we go beyond our zone comfort. Joy is not just fun. This is a strategic step towards development resilience in the face of failure. Typical reaction is to retreat and go deeper into bitterness experience. But here's the catch. Consciously seeking pleasure, you counteracts this instinct. Instead of in order to ignore your emotions, you give them a new manifestation. People, social beings, and in sharing experiences, there is great power. Using refusal, remember the value of friendly communication. Invite a friend on a hike, take part in a local art project, or just share a meal with them. You, part of a larger story that is thriving through shared connection and resilience. Exactly. This is where the real magic happens. Step into the unknown. Failure may seem like a closed door, but really, in fact, it opens up many others' doors. Try food you've never seen before, haven't eaten. Visit the region you are in, never have been. This kind of experience is not just a distraction, but an opportunity for growth. With every new experience, your personality becomes multi-layered. You become more adaptable, more empathetic, and more able to cope with life's unexpected circumstances. The goal is not to overcome rejection, but to grow from it. Eighth, increase your social status. Imagine that you are in a room, you are ignored and hardly seen. Here lies your hidden opportunity. Stoicism teaches us to transform these moments, rejection of opportunities for self-development. Instead of looking for approval, focus on self-improvement and participation in public life. Instead of in order to climb the social ladder stairs, you go up the stairs' own personal development. Such activities such as exercise, hobbies, or career growth is not just about tasks. This tools to become stronger and more resilient. Think about sharing your achievements not for the sake of applause, but for the sake of communication. Telling about your interests and achievements, use this as a bridge to search like-minded people. This is not a strategy attracting followers while being sincere, trying to find souls that resonate with your story. By volunteering and establishing connections, they not only add lines to their resume, but also form meaningful relationships. This approach is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, where personal development and contribution to the public good are inextricably connected. Intent is paramount importance in building social status. This is not a pursuit of popularity, but a journey to be the best you can be. Every step you take should be a step towards improvement, which will lead to improvement of society. This shift in perception critical. It's not about being noticed, but about seeing your own growth and in turn help others grow. This Stoic way of thinking, a powerful tool in the modern world, turning the current of refusal into a powerful one wave of positive transformation. Ninth, act as if they are not there exists. Sometimes the most effective response when you encounter a person who ignores you is to remain silent. This is not about pettiness or coldness, but about respect for one's own soul peace. If someone decided to ignore you, let him do it. Not spend your energy trying to attract him attention or start a conversation. Instead of this, distract their attention. In a social setting, such as a party, this may mean reaching out to someone who appreciates your company. Realize that your worth does not depend on whether someone recognizes you or not. At the inevitable touch points where you interact with this person, be professional. Keep the conversation short, to the point, and not go into personal detail. Instead of to show a person who is in the house owner, show respect for yourself by driving the conversation is strictly about business. Is not will leave room for unnecessary drama. Finally, if the neglect continues, use the power of retreat. Is not defeat, but a strategic withdrawal. This realizing that your energy is better put it somewhere else, for example in relationships and activities that bring you joy and growth. The solution is not get involved in a one-sided conflict. Do not only distances you from the other side, but and opens up better opportunities. Promote healthy interactions and a calmer state of mind. Reply indifference is not a sign of defeat, but a sign of your strength and self-respect. 10th, give them silence. Choosing silence in the face of indifference is not about taking over, but about maintaining dignity. Stoicism teaches us use silence not as a means to provoke or manipulate, and how a tool for self-reflection and emotional mastery. When someone ignores you and you respond with silence, let this silence be a period reflections. This is the time to understand your feelings, analyze your thoughts, and find clarity. It's not about punishing the other man, it's about saving your inner peace. In this silence, there is a deep opportunity for personal growth. It's not about shutting down, it's about opening up to yourself. Stoicism encourages us to use these moments to reflect on our virtues, our values, and how we want to interact with the world. This is a chance to ask yourself, why does this bother me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow? This kind of silence is constructive, not destructive. This is the moment to strengthen your character and coordinate your reactions with your principles. So if you decide to remain silent, let it be. there will be an informed choice based on self-care and wisdom. This is the solution: avoid engaging in behavior that below you, such as manipulation, revenge, or pettiness. Instead, it's acceptance, a Stoic call for moderation and self-control. By choosing not to respond, you're not just ignoring someone else, you're listening to yourself. This is a practice in maintaining your calm, focus on your personal journey, and embodiment of the Stoic ideal of calm in the face of adversity. 11th, don't beg for attention. In the face of indifference, the Stoic way is not to beg for attention. This is a call to gain a foothold in your own self-esteem and independence. When someone ignores you, this is not a signal for you to play louder for their view. Instead, this is an opportunity to reach out inside yourself and confirm your own value. Stoicism teaches us that our self-esteem should not be a pendulum, wavering under the influence of someone else's attention. It should be firm own self-esteem, knowing that your value is non-negotiable. Immersion in activities that brings you satisfaction, communication with people who value you, and create a life you can be proud of is not passive action, and bright, active participation in one's own life. Plunging into own growth and well-being, need for external recognition becomes insignificant. So instead of chasing the fleeting, pay attention, invest in yourself. Build a life you are happy with, regardless of how others perceive you. Let your confidence and self-esteem will be a byproduct of your personal development and achievements, not show, arranged for an audience. This one is Stoic approach is not just about how to deal with refusal, but also how to overcome it. Focused on what's really important is your own paths of growth and fulfillment. You turn rejection into an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and deepen your understanding of your own worth. 12th, be kind but emotional distanced. Even when you're faced with indifference, choose to respond with kindness, but keep your emotional peace fortified. It's not about coldness, it's about protecting inner peace. When someone ignores you, naturally feel hurt or disappointed. However, Stoicism teaches us to meet such moments not with emotional turmoil, but with a balanced heart. Suggest a smile, a polite greeting, or a simple wish for a good day, but do so without the weight of expectations. Yours kindness is a gift, not a transaction. Maintaining emotional distancing is not about building walls, it's about drawing lines. This is understanding that although you can control your actions, you can't control how others react. This distancing is not a sign of weakness, but a mark of strength and self-esteem. It is a conscious choice not to allow strangers' actions dictate your emotional state. By remaining kind but aloof, you say, I choose not to let you violate my indifference balance. This approach not only protects you, it empowers you. And this path of kindness combined with emotional distancing is a powerful embodiment of Stoic wisdom. It's a balance that allows you to interact with grace, but stay strong in your own emotional integrity. This is a demonstration of respect for yourself and for others, and evidence of your maturity and understanding. So you paving the way through life, refusals not with bitterness or resentment, but with indestructible by the feeling of inner peace and dignity. 13th, no show your struggle. When someone ignores you, temptation to show how you are, you're worried, it's very big. However, Stoicism teaches us to remain calm. Instead of pretending that everything is okay, it is important to have inner resilience. Feigned calm is not a farce, but reflection of real inner stability. Continue your life with the same enthusiasm and determination as earlier. This is not a performance for others, but a testament to your own strength. This approach is not about denying your feelings. Acknowledge them, but don't let them captain your ship. May peace and self-confidence be yours conductors. It's about control what you can, your actions, your reactions. Continuing to live with confidence, you don't just show others your strength, you remind yourself of her. This is a subtle but powerful way to assert that your sense of self-values do not depend on opinions or actions of others. In short, no showing conflict means accepting Stoic philosophy of emotional perseverance. This is not about hiding your emotions, but about managing them so to maintain dignity and self-respect. It's about to show wisdom and integrity, demonstrating that you rely on your character and not on external circumstances. Thank you for watching.